de zijkant.
Ja, dan moet je daar kijken. Ja.
Dat is vooral reactie van de zaal. Als we daar aan het spreken zijn, dan staan we daar niet in beeld krijgen. Dan ben ik natuurlijk af en toe het publiek een deel van in voor jou. En dan moet je weer flink oppompen. En de zaal is natuurlijk weer heel weer los. Ik vind het raar dat ze daar de diploma aan aanhouden, niet aan links.
Ja, dat is zo stom. Ja, precies. Dat is ook stom.
Boven op het balkon staan we nog klaar.
Komen die ook allemaal daar binnen? Of komen die daar binnen?
Nou, daar niet. Ik denk daar. Dit ding is echt essentieel. Alles een enorme storing. En ook dingen net iets zachter te zetten. Dus er zijn dan switches. Ik heb nou, hiermee kan ik eigenlijk bijna niet bij regelen. Ik heb daar
want dan is het geluid, hier komt het geluid binnen van het mensen.
Ja. De markt sluit het meestal andersom aan. Dus eigenlijk moet je hem zo aansluiten. Hier de ingang en daar de uitgang. En als je het net andersom doet, dan gaat het toch storen. Dit op en aan
maar die neemt ook geluid.
Ja, dat kan. Vaak doe ik dat als backup.
Ja.
Zitten jullie daar? Oh, jullie zijn hier al bezig. Oké, dan gaan wij naar boven.
Draai je ook wel zo'n gimbal?
Ja, dat is een klein.
Ja, voor de telefoon.
Ja, voor de telefoon een kleine camera. Op zich wel.
Het scheelt zo'n veel.
Ja. Die maakt er vaak voor.
Ja, nou, vaak meer voor skeer. Maar niet constant. groot om zo'n camera in te houden.
Ja, dat is wel.
Kijk, geen antwoord. Niemand antwoord. Nou ja, ik zeg hem gewoon aan wanneer je hier op het scherm gaat beginnen. Stereo die ja, die wel horen. Ja.
Just joining us, there's not a lot of room down below, but there's still some seats available up on the balcony. And the stairs are all over here to the side. So as you're coming in, if you would mind going up the steps and sitting up top, that would be fantastic. We'll be getting started in just a few minutes. Thank you all.
Ja, misschien wel. What is the link? Probably at RSM. Website RSM. Yeah. No, Ja, misschien moet ik naar beneden. Ja, en dan zometeen als studenten binnenkomen. Maar dat was over een half uur. En even kijken wat er gaat gebeuren. We zien daar op het scherm van mij. Misschien toch zo. Ik weet het niet. Dit is voor mij lang geleden. Ja, kijk.
Ja.
En dan op een gegeven moment komen ze allemaal weer hier en dan is het ja, ik zal vast mijn telefoon aanzetten om te laten zien dat het wel werkt.
Dat zet ik vast de camera.
Oh ja, ik kan hier RSM, RMS, RMS gekeken. Voor, we zouden eens in de trouwerij.
Ja, maar daar had ik 10 keer naar gevraagd.
Ja.
En ik kreeg maar een antwoord. En toen heb ik gezegd, dat kan niet meer.
Ja.
Ja, ik had het niet van
de trouwerij is af. Ze gaan niet meer trouwen. Ze gaan niet meer. Ja. Ja. Ja.
Nee, ze hebben toch iets geregeld of ze hebben niks.
Ja. Ja.
En dan vraag ik, kom je niet nog? Kom je niet nog?
Oh shit. Dan zijn we maar ik hallo. Ja, dat is echt bijna niks, een beetje.
Je wilt kijken hoe je met langs dingen dan...
Jongens, het is helemaal niet live.
Je hebt er ook muziek.
Ja, en dan we zijn nog nu...
Moet je dat niet even zeggen?
Ja.
Kijk. Oh, sorry dat je het zegt.
Ja.
Good afternoon. And welcome to today's MSc graduation ceremony. Today we acknowledge and then celebrate the countless hours of hard work, sacrifice, dedication, and determination by the graduates who will be joining us here in just a little while. My name is Brandon Kirby. I am the Director of Marketing and Admissions for the MBA programs here at Rotterdam School of Management, Erasmus University. And it is my honor and pleasure to act as the Master of Ceremonies for today's proceedings, which I can tell you is one of the most cherished events in the calendar for all of us here at RSM. We're very excited to have the MSc graduation ceremony today. It's the fourth way that we've done it in a special way, which I'll go over in a few moments. The ceremony will include a procession of graduates and professors throughout the city center of Rotterdam. And if you've ever been in the city center on graduation day, you might have seen the procession of students and wondered what it was. Well, now you know. And that's also why we've been slightly delayed as we were getting all the students lined up. As you know, the weather is beautiful Dutch weather today, and so it's a little bit of a challenge, but we're pretty much ready to go. We'll be watching the procession on screen behind me here. It's a live video signal that will start here in just a few moments. Although it's the second time we've done it in this way, I ask you to bear with me a little bit just in case we have any technical difficulties. I've got a lot of terrible jokes to tell you if it doesn't work, so let's pray that the video stream works. Otherwise, it might get ugly. So the procession, actually, we'll have a slide here on screen where you can see the route that the procession will take. If the slide would change for me, please. Thank you. So as you can see, the procession starts at the City Theater, just across the square from where we are now. And it will take them about 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes to make their way through the center of the city. We'll be watching them throughout. And before we do that, I want to share a little video that gives you a taste of the programs that we'll be celebrating today, basically condensing a year of hard work and determination down into about a 1.5-minute long video. So if we can roll the video, that would be fantastic.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So in case you ever wondered what it's like, that gives you a real high-level idea. And I've been told, if I'm not mistaken, yes, aha, there we go. It's like magic. And the band is playing. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to try to give you some color commentary while we do this. I might switch to the wireless if I could for this. This makes me a little bit more mobile. Yeah, perfect, thank you. Let's see where we are here. Just out of curiosity, how many people are from Rotterdam, just by a show of hands? Is there anyone who's from the city here? Okay. How many of you are Dutch or living here in the Netherlands? Okay. How many of you traveled here to be here today to see someone walk across, by a show of hands? All right, let's try this. Those of you who traveled far away, everyone who traveled from outside of the Netherlands, stand up for a second. If you don't stand up, if you don't do this, you're going to be sitting for 45 minutes, and it's going to be... Okay, so let's try this. How many of you traveled, 50 kilometers... hold on, stay up. Sorry, stay standing for 1 second. How many of you traveled 50 kilometers or less today? Sit down. If you traveled 50 kilometers or less to make it here today, sit down, okay? If you traveled 250 kilometers or less, please sit down. Okay? If you traveled 500 kilometers or less to get here, so up to 500 kilometers, please sit down. Wow, okay. How about 1,000 kilometers? Did anyone travel from 1,000 kilometers away today? Wow, that's a lot. There's actually quite a few people still standing. Okay. And then we'll go one more. How about 2,500 kilometers? All right. I'm kind of curious here. I'm gonna come out. Who minds telling me that traveled from 2,500 kilometers or more where they came from? I think somewhere over here. They're pointing at you. All right. So where did you travel from today?
Beirut, Lebanon. My girlfriend. Finance and investments.
Finance and investments from Beirut. Great. Was there anyone over here who traveled 2,500? Oh, come on, don't be shy. We're going to be friends by the end of the day. Okay, here we go. So where did you travel from and who are you here to see today?
Yeah, I'm traveling from Vietnam.
You're in Vietnam?
Hanoi. Yeah. I see my son graduating the master program.
Fantastic. Is it for the finance or the other one as well?
Finance and investment.
Finance and investments. We'll try one more time. Anyone over here? No? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, there's someone up here in the corner. I didn't even see you up there. I apologize. You come up here. So tell us where you traveled from and who you're here to see today.
We traveled from Egypt. Yes. My daughter, she's graduating with a master's in accounting and finance management.
So it's great to see people not only from here within the Netherlands and also Rotterdam, but also from around the world, which I think really speaks to how international our programs are. So as I walk back up here, I have some notes because I, to be honest, don't have them memorized. But of course, you'll notice that the graduates are all wearing a different color sash. And let's see who we're looking at now here. All right, so the yellow is our BIM program. And I'm actually curious how many umbrellas we actually have in this procession, because the procession itself is, I think, it's about 250 meters long, which is about 2 football pitches put side end to end. So I'd be curious to know how many umbrellas we have in this procession. I have a feeling it's going to be quite a lot as well. Trying to see where they are, if I can give any color commentary here. And in the background, actually, if you might hear a samba music in the background. So we've actually have an Antillean band who's playing at the beginning and at the middle of the procession some festive music. When you're here for Carnival, you might be familiar with that music as well. The idea is to have something that keeps them moving quickly so that they get here on time, and just to add a little festivity to it as well. Yes, looks like we're turning down into close to the line bond. And actually, I've lived in Rotterdam for 3 years now. I moved from the U.S., and I didn't know this until I was actually preparing for this today. Oh no, where did my stream go? Uh-oh. The jokes might have to start. But I didn't realize that the line bond was opened in 1953, and it was the first pedestrian shopping area in the world. I never knew that, and I was surprised by that. And it was replicated, of course, all over the world. Now, we've switched streams. We're basically outside, And this is the people we'll be welcoming in here in just a few minutes. So they're just starting. If you see anyone you know, be sure to say hi. He looks so serious. Smile, it's okay. Maybe we can switch between them both. Yeah, we have multiple streams, so we're going to kind of bounce around and see what we have here. So this is a different crew. This is the red. Which I believe is the MM program, the management program, I think. Yeah. And while we're watching this, out of curiosity, does anyone know what the mission statement of Rotterdam School of Management is? Out of curiosity. Maybe? Yeah, you don't count. I would hope you would know what it is. The reason why I say this, you might have noticed while you all were arriving, we had a video playing in loop that said, "I will." And this ties into the mission statement of the school. The mission statement for Rotterdam School of Management is that we will be a force for positive change in the world. And that's something that we changed, about 2 years ago. And we based it on the 17 Sustainable Development Goals put forth by the United Nations. And what we believe is that business can solve some of the world's biggest challenges. And furthermore, we believe that the students that we graduate are instruments of that change. And it's something that everyone, all the different departments, from faculty to support staff to students to alums, have really gravitated towards. Now, what I do, I travel a lot around the world meeting potential MBA students, and I can tell you that this is a message that resonates with generation, depending on how old you are, either your generation or the generation perhaps a few years younger than you. It's something that we hear a lot. We're one of the only business schools to have really planted a flag saying that it's not just about profit, it's not just about professional gain, it's also about personal gain. So I think it's important as a context as we go through the rest of today just to understand what we expect of our graduates after they go off into the world. Of course, we want them to be successful professionally, but we also want them to have the mentality to want to give back and to make a difference in the world. So just something I think that's important to keep in mind as we go through the rest of the day. Now, where are we now? The throat is also very close where we are now. I think you have the better end of this deal because we're dry and warm. It looks like it's really raining now. Out of curiosity, are there any alums? Did anyone in here graduate from either Erasmus University or RSM? Just out of curiosity, anyone here in the room at all? All right, I'm going to come out and see where you graduated from. Hold on. Keep your hands up so I can see you, please. Otherwise, we get to stare at this stream for 40 minutes, and I want to keep you motivated and happy. So keep your hands up, please. So tell us who you are, where you're from, and when you graduated from.
My name is Jordan. I'm from Bulgaria originally, living here already 10 years. I graduated from RSM. First I did IBA, and then I did a Master of Finance and Investment, which is exactly the same master here. Now I'm working at NM. And I'm here to see my girlfriend, who's graduating this year.
What do you remember from your graduation? Did you do this procession as well? This is before you, or this happened after you. So what was your graduation like?
It was at the university, actually. So it was in the campus. So it was organized there back in 2013.
What's your fondest RSM memory?
Sorry?
What's the thing you remember most from your time in the program?
No. It's just maybe the friends, the people, the connections that I made around the different courses. And most of these people I actually work with right now. Not most, but most of the closest people that I work in different groups with. Now I'm a colleague with them, one of the guys even in my team.
Okay, I saw there was a hand here. Yeah, we'll come up here, and then we'll come over there to you, okay? Hello, tell us when you graduated and what program, and a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, that was a while ago. It was in 1985 and 1986. Yeah, let it sink in. I graduated in law and also in business economics at Erasmus. Yeah. Yes.
Have you been to the campus recently to see if it's changed at all?
No, I have not. I wish I had the time, but I have not. But I'm really curious because a lot must have changed. Definitely, also judging from the videos that we've seen before. Yeah.
It's funny, even if you speak with people who graduated even 5-6 years ago, it's changed tremendously, and the campus probably looks similar, but a lot different. I can tell you it's always under construction. So thank you for sharing. Over here, yes. So tell us who you are, what program you graduated from, what year, and maybe something you remember of your time at RSM.
I also graduated RSM in IBA and afterwards Finance Investment. I graduated Finance Investment a year ago, and I come from Azerbaijan. I'm here for my friend who's also graduating now, Finance Investment. Yeah, it was. It's the perfect feeling. It's feeling of you have done it and you have learned a lot from this university, from the people around you, and walking in there is the proud for being the graduate of this program.
Did it rain the day you did it? It's always a good guess to say yes. Usually, if someone asks you if it rained, it's usually good just to say yes, it did rain. Anyone else, graduate of RSM? Anyone over here on this side? Am I missing anyone over here? Oh, yes. Yes, as we have them up. Yes, so the dark green here, yes, good question. She was asking about the colors. I don't have them memorized, so allow me to get back up to my notes here. So basically, each program is given a color to represent with the sash, is the basic idea. So let's see here. So the dark green is the finance and investments. So again, they'll be joining us here shortly. We also have, as we see them come up, I'll tell you what they are. I think it's probably the easiest way to do it rather than just to call out different colors. So here we have orange. And that is the, let's see here. See if I have it. I have an idea. Kind of a blend of colors. I'm trying to pull them out. Okay, so the gold is going to be ours, accounting and financial management. Now we have the pink or the rose color. The rose color is strategic management. We have more orange there. And this group is starting to get close to coming back home, so to speak. This is not too far away from where we are. This poor woman's wondering what's going on. What have I walked into? have the other feed as well, or is that one still giving us trouble? Out of curiosity. It looks like this is the only feed we have right now. Uh-oh. I think it's a good idea to show you some videos instead of watching the stream. We have some stories from alums. We have some things that are sharing some research that is coming out of these programs. So maybe we can take a break from the stream because they're going to be here in just a moment. Let's roll some videos for a second to kind of give us a break in the action, and we'll come back to the stream in just a few minutes. So let's play some of those videos.
I feel that the Master has really given me a strong background in all core aspects of financial management and accounting. If I think about my day-to-day job as a planning and appraisal advisor at NAM, there are various examples that come to mind. For example, key performance indicators, choosing the right performance indicators, financial controls as well as business controls, understanding the framework, understanding how to manage risks and persevere value, complex accounting topics, knowing how information flows through your balance sheet, through your P&L and impacts your cash statement. And then maybe, as a last example, management information. So really making sure that you present the right management information that helps to drive decisions that impact the bottom line. What I feel is most valuable about the Master Accounting and Financial Management is really the combination between the theoretical concepts that you get to learn, as well as applying the concepts in real-life cases and really learning what it's like almost to do that in practice. So through the core courses you get a strong foundation, and thereafter you can choose in a wider range of electives to further specialize yourself based on your personal interest and your career ambitions. So to me, altogether, the Master has really prepared me for the financial labor market, and I pretty much feel ready for every challenge that still lies ahead of me due to the solid background that I got from my studies.
The big accountancy scandals we've seen in recent years often started with misreporting by internal accountants. A new study shows that sometimes these controllers misreport results simply because their brains are not wired to resist social pressure from managers who want them to change the numbers. The researchers say some people are neurologically less well suited to this job, and it would be better if those people weren't hired for this kind of role.
Internal accountants have two roles. On the one hand, they safeguard the integrity of financial reporting, and on the other hand, they support business unit managers in decision making, which requires a lot of involvement and cooperation with the business unit manager. And that comes with a certain danger because business unit managers may press internal accountants to publish financial information that's not completely accurate. Business unit managers may have two motives to press internal accountants into misreporting. One is to benefit the organization, for example, to save a project. And then the other motive may be more personal, for example, to save your own bonus. And this latter type of pressure we are most interested in because it comes with a lot of emotion. We were interested to find out if and why some internal accountants would be better able to cope with this emotional pressure than others. And we believe that we could find an explanation in a very complex brain system called the mirror neuron system. The mirror neuron system is the brain system responsible for processing emotions. And the people with more reactive mirror neurons are more able to react to emotions and also adapt their behavior to emotional pressure, for example. In our research, we studied actual internal accountants, and we invited them into our lab to perform an EEG analysis. These people were watching movie clips of people that showed emotional facial expressions, and with EEG we were able to measure how their mirror neuron system reacted to these emotions. We also asked these internal accountants to respond to a number of scenarios depicting situations in which they could actually end up in their real life. And in some of these scenarios, there was a business unit manager pressing them with a lot of emotional effort to misreport. We found that internal accountants with a more reactive mirror neuron system were also more likely to give in to the emotional pressure by their business unit manager when this business unit manager pressed them out of personal interests. In recent years, there have been calls in society to have more socially skilled internal accountants who are more able to understand what business needs. But in fact, our results show that these people are more vulnerable to emotional pressure to misreport. And because it happens unconsciously, it's very hard to counter that with all kinds of ethical codes or rules of behavior.
Setting up a stock market can help an emerging economy to grow, but if they fail to take off, they then undermine trust in the financial system, and that dents the country's reputation. So what makes new stock markets successful in the long run? Research by Matthijs van Dijk of Rotterdam School of Management, Erasmus University, shows that a solid banking sector plus strong savings and a successful first 5 years contributes to the success of new stock markets.
Especially for developing countries, a stock market could help grow their economy. And there are still 49 countries around the world that do not have a stock market yet. So the question that we're interested in is, should these countries also open a stock market? And if so, how should they do it? Under what conditions would it work out? Our results show two important factors that can predict the success of these newly established stock markets. First, the size of the banking sector at the time of establishment. This suggests that for a stock market to thrive, there needs to be a healthy, well-functioning banking sector in place. The second is the development of national savings. This is an indication that without savings that people can invest in the stock market is also not going to thrive. In addition, we performed a so-called necessary condition analysis.
And with this method, you can find those factors that are critical for the outcome. They must be there. And in the case of the research of this group, it shows that you need to have early success in order to be successful on the stock market in the future.
And we found that stock markets that had a too low number of listings or a too low trading activity in the first 5 years failed to succeed in the long run.
So you need to have early success on two indicators, and if you are successful there, it means that you have a possibility of becoming successful in the long term. But it doesn't guarantee your success in the future. If those two conditions are absent, it means that you have guaranteed failure.
For example, Panama started out with a very small number of listings and very little trading, and they never came to fruition as a stock market. For countries that do not have a stock market yet, our study offers some clear advice. Make sure that your banking sector is well developed, stimulate national savings, and if you start a stock market, do it right from the start. Make sure you attract a sufficiently high number of companies from the beginning and also generate a sufficiently high trading activity early on. Otherwise, your stock market will fail to thrive in the long run.
Okay. We've lost the feed, I've been told. We have lost the feed. All right, so I'm going to come back out in the audience. Let's do a little audience participation here. Otherwise, you can watch me stand here awkwardly for another 10 minutes, which we can do. Who would like to share with me who they're here for today? Is it for a spouse? Is it for a child? Who wants to be a brave soul? I haven't heard anything kind of from this area over here. Is someone willing to stand up and tell us who you're here for today? Maybe. Or not. Guys. All right. Fair enough. Anyone in here, would you like to stand up and tell us who you're here for? Or we can watch a blank screen. Over here, I have one kind soul in the back of the room who's willing to tell us who she's here for today. Thank you. For me, thank you. Please take the mic.
I'm here because of my son in finance and investment.
Do you remember his first day of school? Do you remember his first day of school ever? Way back when he was little. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We try. Anyone else? Does anyone else want to rescue this poor man with the microphone? Please, of course.
I would like to say something about my son. I'm really very proud of him. From the start on, since he was born, he had asphyxiation, it's called, shortage of oxygen. And we as parents were following the growth, Will he be able to read, when he went to school? So the first, actually, comments we heard from his teachers was that he was excellent in reading and that he scored the highest mark. So it was a proud moment then for us, and now again, that my son, though he went through so many obstacles, that he dreamed, he achieved, he believed and he achieved. That is actually his motto. It was written somewhere, I will dream, believe, and achieve. And he did achieve. So, I think all parents are proud, of course, but it's, it's an enormous moment for students when they graduate. But I think the moment is even greater for parents to be here. Such a proud moment. I just want to say that I'm very, very proud of my son, Shivam Ravinder Surjpali. Thank you so much.
Let's see if we have the stream back, or if you're following me, I'm guessing that means no. I'm going to get an update here to see exactly where they are, and then we can get started here in a few minutes. Why don't we bring the music up? So does anyone else have a touching story that they would like to share about their children? Who doesn't want to talk about their children? Nothing. It's a tough crowd, man. It's a tough crowd. All right, so we'll let some music play. We'll loop the video that we had at the beginning. I'll get an update on where the students are in just a moment. So we're giving everyone their last official exam, which is lining them up in alphabetical order, which I can assure you is no easy task. So we're going to be inviting the graduates into the room here in just a moment. As an academic ceremony, the graduation procession is led by Erasmus University's Badel. She leads the cortege inside the auditorium. I'll ask everyone to please rise out of your seats so that we can welcome them into the room. The cortege is comprised of faculty members, honorary guests, and senior staff members. Those persons with a full professorship wear the university gown. I will ask the cortege to now enter the room, please. Okay. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, it's time to welcome today's graduates into the room. I'll ask everyone to please remain standing, and let's welcome the graduates in. may be seated, please. Hello to you all. You have no idea how happy I am to see you. Those in the room will understand what I mean. Hopefully you've dried off and you're ready for the graduation ceremonies today. My name is Brandon Kirby. I'm the Director of MBA Admissions and Marketing here at RSM. So I've seen several of you perhaps before on campus, but now you know exactly who I am and who's leading today's Master of Ceremonies. Let's get started, shall we? Today's commencement speaker is involved in several high-growth international startups and scale-ups. In 2011, he founded Symbid, one of the world's first equity crowdfunding platforms. He is personally involved in several initiatives aimed at improving the investment eligibility of SMEs on a national and international scale. He's a frequent speaker at conferences and corporate events. He is internationally recognized as an authority in the field of alternative finance, startups, strategic and entrepreneurial management. He aims to shape the future growth through entrepreneurship and is affiliated with social ventures in various capacities aiming to solve some of mankind's greatest challenges that we're facing in the 21st century. He earned his bachelor's in international business administration and sociology from a school you might have heard of, Rotterdam School of Management. He then earned his master's in entrepreneurship and new business ventures, also at RSM. And I had a chance to meet him for the first time a little while ago, and I asked him, hey, does this bring back memories from your graduation? And he actually shared with me that this is your first graduation that you've been to because you were already working and was actually unable to attend. So this could also be your sort of honorary graduation as well. So as much as an introduction, this is also a welcome home. Please join me in welcoming entrepreneur and RSM alum Korsten Sanfleet to the stage.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that very kind introduction. Good afternoon, esteemed faculty members, professors, other people that wholeheartedly supported this fine batch of graduates. To everybody, welcome. It's an honor to stand here in front of you today and provide you with this speech that hopefully lives up to your expectations and will echo through time a little bit. But first and foremost, I would like all the graduates to stand up. Because guys, you really deserve this. Congratulations. After 4 years of sweat, tears, a lot of coffee, probably some alcoholic consumptions, I'm happy to congratulate all of you with your accomplishments. You finally made it. No more exams, here in colleges, or taking tram 21 or the bicycle to Woudenstein from now on. Please be seated. Apparently, you've learned everything you need in order to become an accomplished person in business and hopefully in life. When I graduated some 10 years ago, I was on cloud 9, through the roof, and I really thought I was there. Now I can inform you that was not the case, by far. Okay, so you must think, who am I? And why are you here today providing this lovely group of graduates with your words of wisdom? The honest truth is, I don't know. And provided an alphabetical selection procedure, I wasn't the first choice. All right. So who am I? Because there might be some merit inviting me here, as I do have some experience in business and in life. So a bit about myself. I'm an entrepreneur by trade. I've created some ventures that have impacted this world for good. Something I believe most of you also feel part of your own personal mission statement. Otherwise, I'm quite ill-informed about what millennials want nowadays. That's a joke, guys. They promised me a pretty easy cloud. So, I brought my company public in the US some 6 years ago, and that was kind of a deception. In short, I basically fell off my unicorn. And for everybody that doesn't know what a unicorn is, that's a company that is valued above $1 billion US. In short, I was responsible for the evaporation of about $150 million in value. For everybody now worrying about me, relax. I survived. And I learned some of the most valuable lessons in life there are to learn. But you still probably wonder, 150 million is a lot of money. How did you bounce back from that? In the upcoming 15 minutes, I will give you some insights in how I did that, and into the lessons that I learned. May they serve you and guide you in times when things don't look as good as today, or when you are faced with making decisions that will impact people, planet, and profit. Believe me, life is a careful balancing act between doing what is right and doing the right things. So please, hear me out. Some lessons. Money will never solve your real problems. Back then when we created Simbit, our goal was to enable entrepreneurs to find the right type of capital for their ventures. And it was also a method of closing the gap between rich and poor, allowing everybody to invest into young and inspiring companies. De facto, the beauty of the concept was so nice that we were one of the first in the world, and we quickly became the founding fathers of a completely new industry, deemed the crowdfunding industry. Our company was featured in the Wall Street Journal and in The Economist, which is a pretty big accomplishment if you're 27 and just graduated. After a reverse merger, we became publicly traded in New York City. I think also a big dream of all of you guys is to be involved with these kind of companies. Pretty cool. But then there were some real problems that we were not addressing, despite our $150 million US market cap. Our business was young. Our business model was incomplete. And eventually, after 3 years, this happened. We lost our complete executive board. Eventually, we lost even our paychecks, which is a kind of a tough thing back then, 28. So how do you bounce from that? I mean, in the end, it all boils down to this. Money will never solve your real problems. What you should take away from this is that despite we were pioneers, creating a multi-million-dollar and now billion-dollar industry, our real problems were never fully addressed. Just as in life, you can have all the money in the world, but still you cannot buy love. And love is a choice, ladies and gentlemen. As Simbit was struggling, I learned that not everybody is your friend, or as friendly as you thought they might be. First, this is obviously a slap in the face, but once you start to think about it, the sometimes hard truth is that the only logical conclusion you can derive to is that you get what you deserve. Nowadays, I can assure you that my choices in life are guided by a far higher purpose than simply making money or being happy. Love is a thing that connects all of us. By making deeper connections with persons surrounding me based on love rather than self-enrichment, a new vision and mission on life was created, at least for me. And yes, that is my partner in life. As usual, cleaning me up and now making sure that my life is no longer a roller coaster between countries, companies, and investments. So find somebody you care deeply about. Provide continuous support and love, even in the dark times. If you have made the right choice, this probably, and hopefully for all of you, will be your best investment ever. And this is important, because life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. We play for the long haul. It's not about creating ad hoc success with a limited duration. Your career and personal life will know highs and lows. In order to cope with this, you must find a pace in life and business that suits you. Our capitalistic system shows ample example why playing for the short term is not the best way. To highlight some of these examples, the subprime crisis, the Asia crisis, and many others, all stemming from adverse selection by managers and investors, spurred by negative incentivization. In life, you will create value, and hopefully you are also able to distract it. But never do business or things in life that destroy your environment, because it will harm your value-creating potential in its very fundament. Speaking about fundaments, and I think the whole venue here also sees that family is very important. They're the best link to your past and most likely to stick with you in the future. I come from a big family. I was grown up in Leiden, and as you can see over here, these two, these lovely three are my brothers and sisters. They're triplets. And so we were never much alone at home. It was always a full house. And my brothers and sisters are still very important to me. As part of supporting me in all my ventures and all my adventures and my failures, most of my accomplishments are part due to their continuous support, but also their ability to keep me in check. So I would like to ask all the graduates to take a look behind you, because these guys really are one of your anchor points within your future career. So take good care of them. When you grow older, and your families will expand, and you will have families on your own, and this is an inevitable truth. So try to stay close to them and help them in any way you can. They're most likely in life to do the same for you. But remember, life is not all about you. Although this is your moment to shine, you are part of a very elite group, a group that has enjoyed the highest possible education in the Netherlands, the so-called top 5% of our labor population. You are about to graduate, if I don't do anything stupid with your diplomas, from one of the most esteemed business schools in Europe. That's a very big honor. However, this world is facing grave problems. How are we solving problems like overpopulation, discrimination, inequality, and other challenges facing mankind? Maybe it's not my role, maybe it is. But I believe wholeheartedly that it is your fiduciary responsibility to help in any way possible solving these problems. The good news is, and with a bit of luck, you will be in the right position to become an agent of change, a manager or a so-called C-level executive. The bad news, however, is that you will have to solve these challenges in an economic system that is littered with negative incentivization. In short, in your career, you will continuously be faced with the hard choice between what you want and what is best for mankind. Life remains, to that extent, a fountainhead dilemma. Don't take anything for granted, because in your career, you will meet all kinds of people, and your fundament of reality will be challenged continuously. Often you will be confronted with people that don't see eye to eye with you or your visions. You will be challenged, despite your A-class education. And you will find yourself frustrated, sometimes with people in your environment. But please, don't remain frustrated. And always find a higher ground to reflect in a better manner on the best way forward. And if you don't see that high ground and people frustrate you with fictions rather than facts, remember that you should not take things for granted and always find the truth behind the facts. Back it with solid research and figures. And if you still are unable to move your audience, find solace in this Dutch expression first said by my mother-in-law. Van een pannenkoek kan je alleen nog maar een poffertje maken. But, more important, I can translate it, but then the joke is not that funny, but it's, if you can only make a small pancake out of a pancake. All right, be aware of the changing environment, not only the economic environment. Last but not least, be aware of your surroundings. This planet is on the verge of an irreversible state of disarray. We continuously keep on borrowing from Mother Nature to create economic value. However, we remain blind or ignorant towards taking good care of our planet and environment, the best asset that we have. In order to overcome this, our perspective of value creation and distraction should be better aligned with our economic models and the way we value products and services. Remember that the customer is always right, and that value can only be exchanged if buyer and seller are aligned, and if the transaction takes place in a safe, clean, and healthy environment. This is something that we can't delay anymore, else there won't be nothing left to fight for. So to conclude, with a final lesson from my side, find something and find somebody that you love and care deeply about. Fight for this cause wholeheartedly and with everything you got. And please, note, this is very important, but treat people how you like to be treated. For everybody that doesn't have a job yet, I'm still looking for some people. And I wish you all the best in your future career. Thank you very much for the attention, strength, and wisdom.
What better message than to hear that love is a choice and that it connects all of us, and that there's more to success than just money. Sometimes that's hard to forget, or hard to remember, I should say. Whichever way you'd like it. Our next speaker is Professor Dirk van Derendonk, who is a professor of management and technology, but perhaps at the moment more importantly known as the acting dean of Rotterdam School of Management. I must say he probably feels a little bit like a rock star today because he's getting to address 3 large auditoriums full of graduates today. So, Dirk, please come up on stage and address the graduates, please.
Okay, somebody taller than I. Good. I think this is better. Okay, should be fine. Okay, yeah. It was interesting. I'm walking into the room, and I know somebody told me there was the graduation finance, investment, and accounting. And then one of the first words I hear is love. So I'm not really sure we're in the right place. Anyhow, I think we are, if you get that, right? So, also on behalf of RSM, myself, welcome to this graduation. And I would like to congratulate all our graduates here. And I think graduation is a fantastic achievement. And I think you have all the reasons of the world to be very, very proud of yourselves. And I know for sure your parents, family and friends sitting there and up there, and RSM also is very proud of you. And I guess that some of them sitting there in the corner or above there are also actually very, dare I say, relieved, because they may have thought and never expected to witness this happy day. Now, Rotterdam School of Management, RSM for short, is a leading international research-led business school. And as business school, an important goal, and probably the most important one, is to educate the leaders of the future. And we do this through our educational programs, ranging from a focus on students fresh out of high school, followed by our MBA programs for students with work experiences, and executive education programs. And all this within the context of lifelong learning. Now, all this, what we are doing, takes place within the overall embrace of our mission, the common purpose of the RSM community, which consists of academic and non-academic staff, students, alumni, more than 30,000 people altogether. And the mission of RSM is to be a force for positive change in the world. And let me repeat it for those who hear this for the first time. We want to be a force for positive change. And since we formulated this mission 2 years ago, it has been trickling down in everything that we do. Now, why this mission, and what does it mean exactly? And I think I can sort of like tag along from that previous speaker in that sense. Because he also mentioned the big societal challenges that the world has, like hunger, inequality, injustice, climate change, depleting resources, etc., etc. And at RSM, we believe that business can and should play a key role in addressing and solving these challenges. And since it's our remit to enhance the practice and management of business, we therefore, by implication, have a responsibility to address these challenges too, to make a positive change happen. Now, how can we do this? And I think my message reinforces the message that you just got. Some may say that business schools have played our part in creating the challenges of our global world, or through the promotion of liberal Western values of free trade, corporate growth, which has brought a lot of welfare, but it seems also to encourage inequality between income between the rich and the poor, with a slinking middle class. So it is our responsibility to rebuild trust in interconnected, sustainable, and democratic institutions. Oops. Oh. Yeah, sorry. That's what you get, huh? Going from one to the other. So, well, dear graduate, you are the ones that can create value, wealth, well-being, not just for yourself, but for others in a responsible and sustainable way. You are key for a sustainable world. And it is important that you show ways how making a profit goes together with benefiting society. For us, it's no longer an either-or question, but an and answer. I trust you see your master's degree as something more than just a ticket to first or higher income. As a future decision makers and leaders, you will be in the vantage point for making a change in the world. And I would like to urge you to find out how you can become strong and flexible in these times of change. Because the world has real challenges, whether it's our disconnect from nature, or from the people around us that seem different, or from our inner self. In the world today, we can see people taking two roads to these challenges. One is that of seeking control, where challenges like climate change are denied, where there is a strong longing to a past that may have never been, with a closed mind, a closed heart, and strongly influenced by the fear of the unknown. But the other road is that of curiosity, with an openness of what may be, where there is trust in a process of people working together with courage and compassion. And I expect you to be an agent for positive change, a source of inspiration to others, to lead by example. And I would like you to take a step back from time to time and look in the mirror and ask yourself, have I made or am I making a positive change in the world? Have I made a positive change for my family, friends, community, society, the world? And please, do not wait for others to be that change. Life is just too short. Dear graduates, we believe in you, as each and every one of you is a crucial part of our social capital, now and in the future. We will keep you close at heart and we will stay connected, as we need your active support to strengthen our reputation, but most of all, to achieve our mission. I wish you all the very best in your personal and professional life. Have a great day and thank you.
Derek, thank you for those inspiring words about force for positive change. Thankfully, I was able to speak about it earlier, so it was good for the reinforcement of that message as well. So now it's time to turn our attention to the reason why we're all here today, and that would be those of you sitting closest to me here in the room. Before we start handing out the diplomas for the MSc in Accounting and Financial Management program, I would like to invite one of this year's graduates, Patrick Kirschenbaum, to the stage to share his experience of the past year. Come on up. So, a little background on Patrick and why you were selected to represent your fellow classmates. Before joining us here at RSM, he earned his BSc in Business, Economics, and Social Sciences at Vienna University of Economics and Business. Here at RSM, you passed with honors, having written your thesis on the effect of common institutional ownership and its effect on CEO retention. And perhaps in the spirit of force for positive change, which is, again, our mission statement, you performed a significant amount of voluntary work, having been a paramedic and ambulance driver for 6 years, if I'm not mistaken, as well as volunteering at a nursing home for 2.5 years, all of which are great attributes as well. So please join me in welcoming Patrick to the stage.
Dear faculty, dear friends, dear family, and dear colleagues, it is a great honor for me to be speaking here in front of you. I have to admit, though, that I was quite nervous about this speech when our program manager, Stefan, asked me to be here. The main reason for that was that for a long time I didn't know what I was supposed to be talking about. So I was looking at past speeches, talking to colleagues, and researching relevant topics, until I went back to the real reason that I'm proud to graduate from RSM. And I believe and hope that this reason is applicable for all of us here today. I want to share with you how RSM helped me realize what is important to me and how I can align that with my career choices. As you don't know from my introduction, I worked before coming to Rotterdam doing my master's. I was working for a year and I worked in a full-time position. I loved the job. I was really happy with the work that I was doing. And if you asked me to describe my ideal work environment, I would probably describe that job. But there was one thing that kept nagging at me at the back of my mind, and that was the fact that I was working for an oil and gas company. When I told my friends I will start working for that company, they kept asking me why. This isn't me, they said. And eventually they proved to be right. Somehow, even though I thought I was happy, I always was wondering whether a good career, regardless of whether it fits my values and beliefs, was all that I wanted from life. It took me quite some time to realize that it is not. So when the opportunity to pursue a master opened up, I took it. So I ended up here in Rotterdam studying accounting. And on one of the first days of my master's, I got to know the mission statement of RSM, to be a force for positive change in the world. And even though that resonated with my own goals and values, I was slightly disillusioned. After all, this was a business university, and the principal focus of a business university or of business is profit generation, isn't it? So what positive contribution to society or the world in general could such a university bring about? So I thought that this mission statement sounded nice, but was lacking a bit of focus, was a bit from reality or unachievable. It was only when later I joined the AFM honors course, where we discussed CO2 emission certificates, sustainability reports, and accounting's role in sustainability, that I started to change my opinion on RSM and its mission. This was about the same time I started applying for jobs. My friends from this master can probably tell that this was a turbulent time for me. It was not because I did not have any opportunities. It seemed that I had too many. I got good offers and my friends were really excited for me. But whenever they asked me if I had yet accepted, I always had to tell them that I declined that job. Not only they had problems understanding why, also I couldn't really figure out what was going on. The thing was, I had to finally figure out what I really wanted to do. And now I know that the problem was that I was going for the same jobs as the one that I had before. Jobs with good career opportunities and high pay. But at some point I realized that for me personally, this was not enough. I needed something else from my workplace in order to feel purpose. And that was about the same time when I realized how important RSM's mission statement is. And that it can only be achieved if we, students and graduates, also do our part, if we become that force for positive change in the world ourselves. For me, the answer to that was to accept a job as a trainee at the city of Vienna under the framework of smart city and sustainability. For me, Vienna is a city which I've grown to love and admire, a city which tries its utmost to improve the life of its citizens by making the city greener, by providing equal access to education, jobs and healthcare, and a city which always ranks high on the quality of living. For me, being part of that is my contribution. Yes, I still want to work in finance, and yes, I still want to make a good career and have a satisfying job. But the cause I'm supporting, the cause that I'm working for, is entirely different to the jobs that I got offered before. This is my personal story of how RSM helped me finding purpose and how I finally let my principles guide me onto my career path. I know that all of us here today have gone through many considerations while choosing their career path. Some of you may even relate to my own dilemmas. But what I do think applies to all of us is that we as graduates, and I think that's what RSM's mission captures well, have certain responsibilities to face the challenges of our time. Previous generations had their own challenges. We have the climate crisis, we have political extremism and populism, we have seemingly ever-increasing wealth gaps and far more challenges than I can possibly mention now. But those are all things that we, being finance and accounting graduates, can fight and do something about. Even more so, it is especially us, being beneficiaries of first-class higher education that have responsibilities to society. We can meet those either in our choice of jobs, in promoting change within the company we work at, or by acting in our private lives. Be it by supporting positive movements, be it with voluntary social engagements, be it in education. But it is up to us to become that force for positive change and to make RSM's mission one that will be achieved. My personal development and my understanding of the contribution I want to make would not have been possible without RSM's I will statement, RSM's mission statement, and most of all, RSM's teachers, and especially one professor, who showed us how also accounting is changing and contributing to a more positive future. For this, and for all the effort of the administration staff and teachers of RSM, I want to thank the whole faculty. Throughout all of my classes, I always felt like our professors were really keen on teaching, on providing us with knowledge, and on supporting us in our learning. Thank you for that. But probably the biggest thank you goes out to our parents, our family, and our friends. Thank you for supporting us, for encouraging us in our bad times, and for always having our backs. My parents never really figured out what I was doing or what I was studying, but they always encouraged me, never questioned my decisions, and always trusted me to know what is best. I will forever be grateful for that trust, as it always reminded me that there is someone who unconditionally supports and believes in me, and it made me believe in myself. Thank you.
Great food. Thank you so much.
I think those words capture a lot of what the journey is. It's not just about the academics. It's also about finding out a lot about yourself along the way. So thank you so much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for the presentation of diplomas for the MSc BA Accounting and Financial Management program. A few logistical items that I would like to go over. So almost. Each of the two programs will be briefly introduced by an introduction video. After that, one by one, the graduates will come on stage and as their name is read aloud by the academic director. The graduates will then receive their diploma from the department chair of that program. This is also the moment when you transfer your tassel from the right-hand side of your cap to the left-hand side of your cap. So I see a lot of tassel moving, yes. So tassel's on the right, which would indicate the new status as graduates. When you leave the stage, you'll also be given a voucher, and this voucher is valid for you to pick up a goodie bag from us afterwards with an RSM branded mug, as well as some Tony's Chocolonely, which is fantastic. That's what you're here for. It was all about a chocolate bar. So let's play the brief video, please. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Academic Director for the AFM program, Stefan Kramer, and the Department Chair, Marcel van Rinsum. Gentlemen.
Thank you. Dear graduates, parents, family, and friends. My name is Stefan Kramer, and I'm the Academic Director of the Accounting and Financial Management program. Warren Buffett once said that accounting is the language of business. Like a language that isn't your own, it first has to be learned to understand it. That is because terms like fixed assets, EBITDA, or discretionary accruals, they sound foreign when you hear them for the first time. However, it is also a very useful language and universal language because it classifies and summarizes all economic activity that occurs within a firm. And as such, it is indispensable for decision-making of managers, shareholders, regulators, and society at large. During the previous year, you have acquired expert knowledge in financial management, and you master accounting so well that it has almost become your second native language. Use it to make a difference and to become a force for positive change in your new role as financial manager, controller, consultant, analyst, auditor, or whatever job you may pursue. I speak for the whole department when I say that we are very proud of your achievements. Congratulations. It's a big round of applause. Yeah. Okay, so I think now the big moment has come, right? So if you could line up right there, and I think Anna's giving the sign. So now it's time for our graduates to come on stage. And the first one is Fariza Alibooks. Kagri Belguchan. Luc Berg. Koen van den Bos. Radia Boeslemem. Nick Brummelaar, cum laude. Merel van Buren. Ata Choudhury. Okay. Congratulations. So now, Ata Choudhury. Jacob de Gasperi. Floris Dijkers. Philip Dlugosch, cum laude. Miada El Bakuki. Oswin Gevers. Esther van der Giesen, cum laude. Evangelos Gontas. Kevin Halim. Claudia Hermans. Joris Hetterschreit. Han Eisermann, cum laude. Yeah. Second batch of graduates lining up here. Robert de Jong. The very last row. Yeah. So exactly, I guess, the other way around, right? Okay. Congratulations. Okay. Next one is Skula Kakar. Michael Katsipis. Bart Kers. Patrick Kerschenbauer, summa cum laude. Faisal Khan, cum laude. Jintao Li. Tim Ludemann. Kuhn Lohaus, summa cum laude. Martina Marciniak. Mattia Melotti, cum laude. Octavio Motta, cum laude. Somik Mukherjee, cum laude. Again. Mark Müller, cum laude. Okay. Giacomo Nova, cum laude. That's a cum laude streak here. Ilse van den Oort. Pepijn Oprel, cum laude. Hoga Oetles. Nicoletta Patelli, cum laude. Robin Pathaus. Francesco Perniciaro Spatrizano, cum laude. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. Raphael Peters. Atira Taya Pranotto. Marco Rolla. Leonardo Rossi, cum laude. Gerlinda Schraafsma, cum laude. Brett. Okay. Brett Scheffers. Jelle School. Simona Stanoewska, cum laude. Crystal Tang, cum laude. Erik Theeuwen. Francis van Tilburg. Jacobo Toscani. Matteo Valsecci, cum laude. Tong Wang. Tim Weimer. Stefan Willemink. Dennis Willemink. Julia Chang. And last but not least, Francesco Zanetti. These were all graduates, so once again, congratulations.
Congratulations to you all. So we have one group down and one group to go. So now we turn our attention to the graduates of the MSc in Finance and Investments program. And once again, we will begin with an address from a graduate of the program. I'd like to invite Alexandra Zhnyavska to the stage for the Finance and Investments student address. And while she's making her way to the stage, I'd like to share some of the reasons why she was chosen as the student to address the crowd this afternoon. She has her bachelor's in economics from Maastricht University, and she's described as a highly motivated and enthusiastic student who wrote an excellent master thesis on the factors that can explain why fintech catches on much quicker in some parts of the world versus others. She was an active student beyond the curriculum itself, for example, being involved in the Student Investment Society. She has a broad range of interests, which is evidenced by her extensive and proficient talent in musical instruments, including piano and clarinet. So please welcome and joining Alexandra to the stage. Thank you. You have it?
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege to be here with you today. First of all, I would like to congratulate each of us that we've done so well to have made it here today. So please, everyone, join me in congratulations. When I look back to exactly 1 year ago, I did not expect that this year was going to change so much in my life. But let's be honest, it has been a very challenging year. It started with a feeling that it's probably the last year of our students' freedom. We also had to manage difficult courses like risk management and valuation. I can still remember the first lecture of risk management when I thought that it doesn't sound so difficult. And probably there will be some more time needed to put into study, but I can manage it. And as I'm standing here today with you, in the end I did. But I will never forget how much sleep and stress it costed me to close the risk management chapter. Also, how rewarding this feeling was, even if I wouldn't like to go through that again. And believe me that if one of you would, I'm more than impressed. This all we had to manage with the constant idea in the back of our heads, where are we going to be in 1 year? And guess what? We are here all together now. On the other hand, there were as well many possibilities to choose preferred courses during the elective periods. I hope that each of us was able to find something interesting across the broad variety of possibilities. In my case, one such course was FinTech, which inspired me for my master thesis and gave me the possibility to speak to you today. As electives started during the second semester, I thought that maybe it will be a little bit easier here. However, combining it with master thesis was a huge challenge, which required a lot of time management and self-control skills. But master thesis gave me also a sense of what I would like to do in the future, focusing more on financial technologies. This is one of the things that I'm most thankful for Rotterdam School of Management. Giving the possibility to shape ideas, expectations, and plans for a fulfilling future career. But this all would not be possible without the people that we've met during this past year. As motivational speaker, Jim Rohn said, you are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. I bet that everyone in this room can agree with that sentence. During this year, we had many possibilities to meet a lot of new people. Some of them were more present in our lives, helping with studies, personal struggles, and life decisions. I hope that we were all able to create friendships for life, as this is as well what the university is for. To meet people who help to shape us. But it's not only about friends, but as well about the whole faculty. Professors, lecturers, tutors, and all people who we had the possibility to meet during workshops and company visits. Of course, we cannot forget about people because of whom we are here in the first place. Our families, especially our parents. They taught me to value family, friends, education, as well as university. In my situation, they were my biggest supporters and the ones who inspired me the most. They also made me believe that everything is possible and only the sky is the limit. This idea made me not afraid to speak to you today, as well as to apply to RSM in the first place, which opened many doors for me, especially in terms of career. Now I'm part of MasterCard Graduate Development Program, which enabled me to visit New York at the beginning of September for training and for young graduates, and to start already developing skills and advanced data analytics. I know that most people have started their dreamed internships at jobs after the end of the academic year. I was extremely happy to hear that being the part of this university and putting so much effort into it was totally worth it. To conclude, I would like to share a feeling which I experienced while preparing for today. No matter how many ups and downs we had faced during this past year, it was an amazing experience and extremely worth life lesson which will accompany me during my whole life. I hope that you feel the same. After Rotterdam School of Management and Masters in Finance and Investments, I am entering the career world, being ambitious, self-conscious, and bold woman, and following the RSM initiative, I will make an impact for a better tomorrow. One more time, huge congratulations to everyone. I wish you successful careers and great life decisions, as we all deserve that. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra. So now as we move into the ceremony for finance and investments, let's roll the video, please, for this program as well. I would now like to introduce the faculty of the Finance and Investments Program, Academic Director Matthijs van Dijk and Department Chair Peter Rosenboom, to the stage, which you already are, for the diploma presentation ceremony. Gentlemen.
Thank you very much. My name is Matthijs van Dijk. I'm the Academic Director of the MSc in Finance and Investments, and I'm so glad to be here and to look at our graduates today. Let me take a few minutes to say a few things about the past year. Dear MSCFI graduates, a little over 1 year ago, I welcomed all of you to Rotterdam during the MSCFI kickoff session. I still remember the atmosphere of curiosity, ambition, possibility, and perhaps also some slight tension about joining such a large and diverse group of fellow students to meet the unknown challenges of our MSCFI program. Today, we've assembled here to mark the end of this remarkable journey and to celebrate your hard work, your dedication to learning about finance from your professors and from each other, and your success in meeting and beating those challenges and obtaining your MSc degree. We, the Department of Finance at RSM, are extremely proud of your achievements. No doubt this has been a very important year in your life, since it marked a transition from school life to work life. I hope that your experiences during your year at RSM, both professionally and personally, have helped to shape you as the promising and responsible finance professionals that you are today. Personally, I would not be surprised if the most excruciating experiences in completing the MSCFI, Alexandra was already referring to the risk management course apparently, will turn out to be the biggest lessons that you've learned, allowing you to truly go your own way going forward. For most of you, your journey as a student has ended, and many of you have already found a job. I hope that whatever direction you're heading in, you will find new opportunities to develop yourself and to strive for excellence in whatever you do. But please do stay in touch with RSM. Return to campus for events, stay in contact with your professors, and share your thoughts about key industry developments with us and future students through guest lectures, alumni events, or otherwise. You have now graduated. It's now in your hands to contribute to the world around us. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you very much. Okay, it's now time to read out the names. I will try my best to get the pronunciation right, approximately. And for parents and family and friends in the room, during this ceremony you will see the I will statements of the graduates on the screen, which they constructed at the very beginning of their MSc. Okay. Marieke van Aert. Anna Alexina. Catello Alvino. Nicholas Arboleda. Timur Avramov. Natasha de Baats. Mirto Nikki Bazanti. Riccardo Bazzoli. Ira Bedo. David van den Berg. Wout van Blommestein. Ted Bolsius. Niek Bonenkamp, cum laude. And Nick also did a second master's in business information management, also cum laude. Quite amazing. Dominic Bragg. Olivier Brandt, cum laude. Justus Brenninkmeijer. Tim Bukker. Welcome, Tim. Ricardo Carrera. Yua Chang. Yu-Chien Chang. Dominika Jempova. Benjamin Shubotaru. Joep van Kleef. Martijn Kleton. Bernardo Correa. Hans Dekkers. Ahmed Demir. Simge Tenktas. Victoria Davik. Mark Dierik, cum laude. Gergana Dimitrova, cum laude. Tim van den Donk, cum laude. Jeroen van Drungen. Tim Dwyer. Camilla Dierkats. Mike Elzas. Frida Engstrom. Fatih Erdem. Sinyu Fen. Peiji Fang. Mateus Fernandes Fonseca, cum laude. Adriana Filipova. Ling-I Fu. Gergely Gachi. Gillian Gaillard. Tijmen Gelsing. Les Jeka, cum laude. Jessica Goedhart. Branko Roenzand. Nelleke Heijink, cum laude. Brindis Jurluisdottir. Winnie Hong. Joep Hoef, cum laude. Jim Hubert. Amber Hutting. Claudia Ickersheim, cum laude. Ligori Judgmin. Jan Jansen Schoonhoven. Petra Jirotkova, cum laude. Sindra Johnson. Christy de Jong, cum laude. Dino Kadric. Hao Kang. Vil Kangas, cum laude. Wojtek Kanja. Xander Kanon. Jan-Jaap Kapperts. Frederik Karpstein, cum laude. Razim Kazimov. Isabel Kin Soling. Leon Kluiters. Arnoud Kolman, cum laude. Christopher de Koning, cum laude. Nicola Kopizanen. Raymond Kouwenhoven. Richard Krutil. Dushan Kupreshanin. Hugo Lago. Daniel Laventrev. Maria Lazarova. Sophie van Leendert. Joko Lelyveld. Joris Lemmens. Jacob Linhart, cum laude. Idju Leo. Paolo Macor. Federico Maroli. Steven Marse. Jurian Mewissen. Natja Meijer. Jakub Michailak, cum laude. Tom Minekus. Lucas Minev. Sarah Mobahani. Laurits Mursen. Monika Najdenova. Tu Nguyen. Na Nguyen. Ricardo Nikita. Tom Oostvogels. Matthew Parker. Anna Maria Paun. cum laude. Ing P. Alana Pelkmans. Argirios Pestrivas. Leon Poon. Paul Prats Quintana cum laude. Ling Ling Chu. Anne Rechman. Giulio Ricciardi, cum laude. Benjamin Ringrose, cum laude. Jerry Reuling. Rianne Rozenboom. Michael Ross. Matits Routar. Luis San Sebastian Galajones. Philippe Santiago. Patrick Schechtel, cum laude. Cornelis Jacob Schimmel. Bart Schrouwen, cum laude. Johan Schreuder. Anastasia Shevtun. Malvina Skenderach. Jeroen Slaghekke, cum laude. Claire Slobbe. Ismene Smals, cum laude. Shivam Surj Bali. Renate Sonneveld. Enrico Spadaro. Mitchell van der Spek. Julia Stets. Felix Stotz, cum laude. Alexandra Shanachka. Michal Shiska. Georgios Stavranidis. Dimitrios Theodoridis. Stefan Tilro. Diana Tran. Anna Vaartjes. Victoria Vachterite. Gergana Valcheva. Konstantinos Valkanas. Dona Vasileva. Gilliam San de Vos. Floor Vrijenhoek. Jules Vugts. Chongyu Wang. Mignon van der Wek. Linnea van der Weert. Jan Werner, cum laude. Menno Weterings. Bojan van Wissen, cum laude. En Mart van Zon, cum laude. Once more, congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much for being here today.
Getting to near the end of the program, but I think it's important that we take a moment to recognize two individuals who represent really academic prowess. That would be the summa cum laude presentation and classification. There are two individuals from the AFM program who we'd like to recognize, and I'd like to ask the academic director and the department chair to come back up. So Stefan and Marcel, if you'd please join me on the stage again. And I think it's important to understand what exactly goes into this classification. In other words, what must you accomplish in order to earn this distinction? The average grades for the examinations under the Dutch grading system must be at 9.0 or higher. Yeah, I heard someone say, yeah, I heard that. Yeah, right? Crazy, right? The grade for the examination of the thesis trajectory is also at least a 9.0. And no examination or test can be taken more than once. So with that in mind, I would first like to ask Patrick Kirschenbauer back up to the stage to receive the certification of summa cum laude. Congratulations, Patrick. Secondarily, I'd like to invite Koen Lohaus back up to the stage as well. All right. Actually, it's kind of cool because I'm the first person that can call you alums. So whether you're a student for 1 or several years, you will be an alumni for life. And I'd like to introduce you to someone who would like to share with you today why it's not a goodbye. I'd like to invite Sue Martin, Director of Corporate and Alumni Relations here at RSM, to the stage for a few words. Please join me in welcoming Sue to the stage.
Hi there. You've been sat there a long time, haven't you? Yeah. Congratulations, everybody. Welcome to the alumni community of RSM. You're going to be one of 40,000, and you're amazing. So it's not goodbye, it's hello. You're all mine now. And I'm not going to talk anymore because I know it's been a long afternoon, a proud afternoon, but a long one. So, alumni, here's a little video just to tell you why you want to stay connected with us and why we want you to always be a part of RSM. At least I hope so.
RSM alumni are the most gezellig people in the world.
RSM alumni are everywhere.
Network of opportunities.
Very ambitious.
Torchbearers of the new tomorrow.
You guys did an outstanding job.
Good luck with your career and go conquer the world. Ciao.
throw a great party. Stay in touch.
Thank you for Sue, showing for how there's a column. Geez, I can't even speak. It's been for a while. It's great to see there's a community of people ready to welcome them into the alumni family, so thank you for that. So ladies and gentlemen, this nearly concludes the official part of our program, but before we proceed to the informal part, much as I did at the beginning, there's a few important practical directions, which, yes, that helps. But before we do that, graduates, if you would do me a favor, please stand up, if you would. And I want you to turn around and face the audience behind you. This is your friends, your families, your loved ones. Please give them a round of applause for the support and all the energy that they no doubt devoted to your success. And guys, you can stay standing. This will just take just a moment to finish it off here. So for you guys, please pick up your goodie bag with the voucher you have. Please don't forget that. If you rented a gown, you can drop that back off where you left your coats. Please do so by or before 5:30. If you'd like to buy a memento from RSM, the RSM store is here on the ground floor. So if you need a hoodie or a cup or anything like that for friends or family, that's where you go. There's also an opportunity to have your photo taken. We've got several opportunities on the ground floor in a formal setting, an informal setting. You can do this by yourselves or with your family. The choice is yours. Afterwards, the professors and members of staff would be more than happy to welcome you into their program corner, which is also on the first floor. This is visible by the banners hanging from the ceiling to congratulate you and to toast your success. If you're going to the star party, which I think is tonight, please have fun, be safe. Why are you laughing? I don't get it. One last thing, the Doolin tonight does have an evening program, so unfortunately at 6 o'clock we have to leave the building, so in case people start to gently move you out, it's not that we don't love you, it's not that you have to go home, it's just that you can't stay here after 6 p.m. So all the friends and family, thank you so much for being with us today. We very much appreciated having you here, and hopefully you enjoyed the event. In a moment, I'll give the signal for the graduates to leave the theater, followed by the cortege. And then once the procession of graduates has gone outside, we will then invite the families and friends to leave as well. So without further ado, I would like to address the graduates and the graduating class of the 2019 MSc BA Accounting and Financial Management and the MSc in Finance and Investments. Congratulations on your accomplishment. You've done it. And if you want to throw your caps, this is when you do it. Congratulations. And I'm looking. Are you listening to go? Okay. Yes, you may leave. Graduates first, followed by the families.
A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate.